All right, welcome to the Fantasy Six Pack Hour. My name is Joe Bond, founder of FantasySixPack.net. We're going to be talking about some Minnesota Vikings football, see if this offense can keep humming under JJ McCarthy this year. And to help do that, we've got Cole Smith from the Vikings Wire. What's going on today, man?
Not too much, just getting ready, getting kind of sick of preseason. I'm ready for the real games to start. So glad we can
Absolutely.
talk some ball.
It's getting close, about 2 weeks away. So I'm excited, and it sounds like you are too. So let's just jump right into things here. And we'll start with JJ McCarthy, right? New quarterback there from Minnesota. Was supposed to, it sounded like he was supposed to be the guy last year. The unfortunate injury happened. Sam Darnold came in. It was a very pleasant surprise, I think, for a lot of people. Top five passing offense as far as yards. Can JJ McCarthy keep it up? Like, how has he looked in camp?
So from everything I've been hearing is that he's had some good, he's had some not so good. That comes with being a first time starting quarterback. But the lows haven't made him feel like dejected, like he's still confident. The mistakes are just first year mistakes. It's not Christian Ponder mistakes or anything like that. And it sounds like everything kind of came to fruition on Thursday during the Vikings joint practice against the Patriots, where everybody who was at camp said that that was McCarthy's best day of camp. And it was so good that Mike Rabel was so irritated with it that he started all his starters in Saturday's preseason game.
Oh, all
So,
right.
yeah, so maybe it's just one practice, but it sounds like he kind of took what he learned in the first practice on Wednesday, studied overnight, learned from it. So that's good. I don't know if it's going to be a top five passing offense this year, just because they might be a little hesitant to um, have him throw all the time with him being so young. But I think he can be very efficient on a pass by pass basis, which might be all that the Vikings ask him to do this year.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a good running game, and he's got some scrambling ability himself too, so I think that's only gonna help, but, jumping over here to this running game, they bring in Jordan Mason. Aaron Jones was awesome last year. Bit of a heavy workload for him, getting up there in age. How do you see this backfield shaking out between the two of these guys?
I think it's going to be running back by committee. I think it's going to be kind of a 1A, 1B. Jones made all the starts last year, but he did miss big chunks of games down the stretch last year. Mason is kind of a bigger back. I think he can take some wear and tear off of Jones. Jones still had a really good season, all purpose yards and everything.
Mhm.
His efficiency per touch wasn't quite as good as it had been throughout most of his career in Green Bay. But most of the time in Green Bay, he kind of had somebody like a Jordan Mason to kind of help take some load off of him. So I think that we're going to see a lot of both of them. And I think that that's going to give us a better version of Aaron Jones down the stretch this season.
Yeah, maybe it hurts people for fantasy overall numbers, but as far as, hey, the team and, that's what these guys care about. They wanna win, so, absolutely.
Mhm.
All right, back into the passing game. We got Justin Jefferson, Justin Jefferson. There's too many J's on this team.
I know.
Justin Jefferson dealing with the hamstring injury. What's the word out of camp as far as his availability coming week one?
So it sounds like he should be fine week one. Now, nobody has to really be super clear with injuries this time of year, which makes you kind of worry. But O'Connell did say the other day that this week they're going to reevaluate his hamstring injury and then hopefully ramp him up towards the September 8th season opener. So I'm not too worried about it. Everybody that's been at camp says that Jefferson's been like really cool on the sideline, lots of energy. I think it's just kind of a cautionary thing. And like KOC even said on Saturday, he's like, we don't need Justin Jefferson out here, really. We know he's making the roster.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we see how quickly he can just, get back into this offense after he had that bad injury a couple years ago and just was awesome like day one when he came back. So I
Yeah.
totally get it. Be cautious with this guy. He's one of the best in the NFL. All
Mhm.
right, Jordan Addison dealing with the suspension. Who's the next receiver up while he is out?
So this is the only reason that you'd even really worry about Jefferson is just you just want to see him out there just for peace of mind because the
Mhm.
rest of the receiver room isn't looking great. Jalen Naylor got hurt in Thursday's practice, kind of jammed his hand up or jammed his wrist. As of today, I haven't heard any updates yet. I don't know if he's going to be available week 1. He'd be the obvious answer to step up. With him out, is it going to be Lucky Jackson? I mean, Lucky Jackson's never caught a pass in the NFL. He's been around the league for a while, but he's never caught anything. He's 28 years old. Could be Ty Felton, the Maryland receiver who the Vikings drafted in the 3rd round. He's actually looked pretty good in the 2 preseason games, I thought. So maybe he's somebody who steps up. It might be one of those things where you just really rely on Jefferson to be Jefferson and really lean heavily on Hockenson and Josh Oliver and the run game to really make up for the lack of having Jordan Addison and possibly Jalen Naylor those first 3 games. I don't think Naylor will miss the first 3 games, but even if it's week 1 without Naylor, that's a whole lot of nothing behind Jefferson.
Yeah, you sometimes wonder if these teams are like if there's any hint that Jefferson misses, you wonder if they're going to go out and like just grab somebody real quick, practice squad guy with somebody else's team, or there's going to be random cut somewhere that's like surprising, and you're like, oh, I'm going to go get that guy. So it's bound to happen. We just had a trade the other day. Who got traded?
Mechie?
Yeah, to the Eagles.
Yeah.
Kind of surprised me.
Yeah.
But, okay.
Right. Exactly.
Sure. So you mentioned him, TJ Hockenson. He's dealt with injuries. Came back last year. Looked okay. Is he back to full strength? I know he dealt with an injury earlier in camp too. Is he back to full strength? Looking good in camp.
Yeah.
How have him and JJ connected?
Yeah, that injury ended up not really being anything crazy. I think that was like the only time he even missed with it was that one day.
Okay.
Outside of that, he seems fully healthy from the ACL tear suffered a couple years ago on Christmas Eve of 2023. I think him and Darnold just never really got a good connection with him missing so much time, Darnold being the new quarterback. But it sounds like outside Jordan Addison, Hockenson has been kind of on the receiving end of the highlight reel when JJ McCarthy's making these really good passes in camp. I think he's going to be a great safety blanket. It sounds like he's just kind of more locked in this time. Like you can just see it from an attitude perspective from what I've been hearing. So I think it's going to be a big season for TJ Hockenson.
Yeah, I've always been a fan. It's just he's just got to stay on the field. That's been a big thing for him, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, and I know he's not technically a rookie, but McCarthy's a rookie.
Right.
So
Yeah.
what do you say about rookies and tight ends? They're like their favorite safety blanket. And hey, TJ Hawkins is right there, and he's one of the best.
Yep.
All right, who's a guy? I ask this question to everybody who comes on. Who's a guy that's flying under the radar on this team that maybe the more casual fans don't know, that fantasy managers especially should keep an eye on, keep in their back pocket, just for a rainy day?
Yeah, so I mentioned him a little bit earlier. I think Ty Felton might be the only really good option right now since he was a 3rd-round pick for the Vikings. And even if he's going to be playing earlier in the year, I just don't think any of the other deep receiver options will be viable once the receiver room's at full strength. Felton was top 5 in all the major receiving categories in the Big Ten last year. He's showing that he can run routes in preseason. So I think that he'd be somebody, he just kind of adds a different element to the offense. You're not asking him to, get completely vertical, hit the intermediate routes like Addison or Justin Jefferson. He's kind of get some screen passes out to him. You can just kind of manufacture touches for him. I think as the season goes on, possibly also running back Xavier Scott, if he makes the team, I think he could be a somewhat viable player.
Yeah.
He's making some headway in the preseason right now. He was a receiver at Maine, kind of catches passes out of the backfield. And with Aaron Jones's injury history, if he were to make the active roster, he could definitely be asked to play some, I think, once the season rolls around.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like Jordan Mason's been a Bill health either, so yeah, you never know. So yeah, definitely something to keep an eye on. I love that one. All right, man, that's it for us. So I want to thank you for coming on. This is great information. Hope everybody learned a lot. I know I did. Uh, Before we close out, though, let everybody know where they can find you and what you've got going on this season.
Yeah, you can find me at Vikings Wire through the USA Today network. And then you can find me on zonecoverage.com and purpleptsd.com. And if you're ever on TikTok, I'm on Skull Cole Show on
Okay.
TikTok, where I just kind of ramble on about the Vikings and give everybody some nuggets throughout the day.
Awesome, awesome. All right, man. So if you're still here, please hit that subscribe button, the like button, jump over to Fantasy Six Pack, become an all access member. You get the award-winning rankings, our draft cheat sheet, the player projections, and then DFS and betting advice during the season, and a whole lot more. Use promo code F6P Pods to save 15%. And make sure you hit the playlist over here that's popping up on the screen to check out the rest of these team training camp check-ins. Have a good one.